Dear members, good afternoon. I'm very happy to share with you the performance of District 89 over the past 10.5 months. Now, to begin with, our district was split from a bigger district last term from the old District 89 into District 118 and District 89 this year. Last term, our bigger district achieved the Smedley Distinguished District Award, which means that we're doing very well. So this year we began with some big challenge and quite a bit of pressure on us. And if I can review a bit on the initial position when we first started, and the biggest issue we faced at the beginning was that our pathways adoption rate was lower than the worldwide average of 61%. We're doing something around 50+%. So one of our focuses was to work on the pathway adoption, the reason being that this is something very crucial. If members are not familiarized with the pathway system, which is our educational tools, then we are running the risk of losing them by the time they renew their membership. And after that, I'm sure our Program Quality Director, Molly, will share a lot more with you, our achievement in terms of the pathway adoption. We're doing quite well now. We're more than the worldwide average, and not on top of that, that our particular officer are doing very well in terms of pathway adoptions. Now, next on new clubs and our weaker club, so-called, that mean club with membership less than 20, and sometimes for membership less than 13, which is 12 or less. Now, at the beginning of term, we had something like 42 clubs that were less than membership of 20. And over this past 10.5 months, we're doing a bit well in that now we're reducing that number to less than 38, and we're still doing a lot to improve on their membership and raise their membership level. Now, I mention all this because look at the number, it doesn't seem to be very impressive. But then, this year, we have been having a very, very difficult and challenging year. We all know, right? Our district, 67% of the clubs in Hong Kong, and for Hong Kong, those who are aware that we begin with all the social unrest almost at the start of the term, and before the end of last year, everything was in such a bad situation that our Hong Kong clubs in Hong Kong were already doing online meetings. And then beginning of the year, then the pandemic. So I can almost say that over the past 10.5 months, our district have been facing tremendous challenges that is definitely not comparable in any of the past years. So with that in mind, that I must say that we have been doing very, very well over the past 10.5 months. And on that, I really would ask you to give all the very dedicated district officers and club presidents and club members a big round of applause to recognize the effort they put in despite all these challenges. Now, for me, as a district director, I would like to spend a minute to share with you my reflection and my inspiration over this past 10.5 months as the district director. I decided to run district director because I believe truly that the service leadership is something that we can practice. And on top of that, integrity, of course, these are the two of the very important core values in a Toastmaster organization. This is how I decided to run for district director. By service leadership, we mean that we are not saying that those on the top are the boss. And I still remember that in all the club installation process, when the president was holding the gavel, he has been reminded that use that symbol of authority with restraint. So I began the term with telling everybody in the team that there are no boss. We are not the boss. The boss is the member. So this is what we begin with. And the very challenging situation and how we can work through it, I'm very happy to say that this service leadership really works. We don't need a boss at the top. We only have to be showing them your sincerity, lead by example, work with them together, with respect and going back to the very basic of having moment and truth and quality. And I must say, with all this, I'm very happy to report that our district has been doing really well. We set off a target of setting up 5 new clubs, and I have to tell you that we achieved this despite we lost 6 clubs, and we are already set up more than 5 new clubs now, and then a few more in the pipeline. So the net growth is still 5 new clubs for this term. Not to mention yesterday, in the recognition process, many of our clubs has already achieved distinguished or higher status, and we are having 40% or more clubs achieve this distinguished or higher status, meaning that compared to last year, the bigger district, we are comparable with them. So, but then not to forget that we are facing a much more challenging situation during this 10.5 months. Now, with all that, I still would like to say thank you to our dedicated team. We work together, and we have our conviction that we work to our moment of truth, and believing that by improving the quality, we will be achieving the number. And on top of that, service leadership. I'm very happy over the past year that we were able to bring the district to a very good performance without having to say, I'm the boss. I'm learning a lot from my team members. I'm forever grateful to them, and I really been enjoying this past 10.5 months. This make a very memorable time in my life and also in my Toastmaster journey. Thank you.